start by saying thanks to, it's Veterans Day and honoring our veterans, and we came out here and got some work done, and we wouldn't have the freedoms we have without them. So we just want to, on behalf of UCLA, just say thanks. It was good practice, and it's a short week, so a lot of it's mental. It's important to get back physically as well as we can. So we'll adjust the week as we see fit, and try to be as sharp as we can be on Friday night. So it'll be a good game. It'll be exciting. They're a good football team, a lot at stake. It'll be a fun environment in the Rose Bowl, so we're excited.
Did they have the right jersey in Jack's locker today? I saw he was in white.
That's because we are playing at home, and we put our when we play at home, the offense wears dark.
Were you surprised by his performance, Jack?
No, I wasn't surprised. I mean, he's a great football player, Well, I mean, no, it didn't surprise me.
Do you see yourself using him more as running back?
It depends on the situation. I mean, we're not just going to do something just to gimmick. It's got to have merit, So it's like with all of our players. If we can find a role for them that's not necessarily typical of what they usually do that helps the team win, then we're going to put them in that position. We've been doing that for 2 years. You saw it last year with Dayton and Cassius and those guys, and same thing this year. You're just always looking for ways to utilize your talent.
Just looking at the tape, how different of a challenge is Bishop Sankey at running back than Kadeem Carey was last week?
They're both great players. They have a little bit of a different style. This guy's he's a glider, and he's tough to tackle. He's a really good football player. I mean, you're talking about two of the very best backs in the nation, maybe the two best backs in the nation back to back. This is quite a challenge.
With Miles, I know he said after Saturday's game that he doesn't want to come out, even in those situations where maybe he knows he's tired. Is that something, if you do continue to use him on offense, you have to tell him, hey, Miles, you have to be honest with us. If you're tired, let us know, that sort of thing.
Just like you tell all your players, when you play a lot of plays, you just want to make sure that you're keeping them sharp through the game. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of depth. So if any player gets in a situation where they're tired or they're worn out, we try to get them out for a couple plays, and get them back in. But you're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds. They recover pretty quickly, and they love to play football, so they don't want to be standing on the sidelines watching. But we're always aware of that with all the players.
Is he the kind of guy that's going to actually tell you that he's... Sorry.
I don't know.
Is he the kind of guy that's going to actually tell you when he needs a break, or do you really have to monitor players like that?
I think you just really have to be in tune to your players in general. You get to know them. We spend so much time together. You get a feel for these guys. You know their moods. You know when they're tired. You know when they're excited. You know when they're confused. You know when they're down. And I think it's just part of the deal is paying attention to those situations and acting accordingly as a coach.
How tough is it realistically in modern college football to play both ways?
Well, he played. I think he played 115 or 118 plays the other night. That's a lot, and especially with the way the tempo is, it's hard. It's really hard, Now, if we were an offense, that huddled up every play and snapped it with 5 seconds left in the play clock, and we were playing an offense that did the same thing, then it would be a little bit different deal. But when you're playing a lot of tempo football, it makes it difficult.
Just like in practice, getting him reps. Let's say if he was going both ways on both sides, I mean, it's almost unrealistic to hop back and forth between scouts.
Yeah, I think you just do a real disservice to the player and to the team. I think you can get too cute. It was great. It worked. It was awesome. But there's, like I said after the game, there's a saturation point. And then all of a sudden everyone wants to see this and they think it's great. But what they forget is that coaches for the other teams now have prepared for it, and they're going to have an answer. So. And you've got to figure out every week what's the best way to win the football game and position your players in the best spots to win the football game. So, it's not like hoops. It's the ultimate team sport. All 11 have to function together on every single play for it to work. And so you just can't go crazy.
AB finished without a tackle. I think it was the first time in his career as a defensive player. With him, is that just a matter of guys, offenses running away from him, or doing something special to take him out of the game?
Well, Saturday night he was tackled about 6 times. He'd have probably had about 6 sacks if they hadn't tackled him. So, I know he might not have had a tackle, but he got tackled. So, yeah, it was a shame. what they got away with. It really was a shame. So yeah, I don't know.
What goes into evaluating which defensive players served as blockers in that special package for Miles?
Last week,
Yeah.
big athletic guys, big athletic guys that can move. That's why you put Jordan in there. He's athletic. He likes to run downhill and hit people. Keenan Graham's done it in the past. Eddie and Kenny, just physical guys that have good lateral movement.
What do you guys expect from Washington? And you also, how are you feeling coaching against your alma mater?
I mean, we've watched the film, and prepare for their schemes. It's just a game. I couldn't care less.